This isn't just some low-resolution port of one of the landmark releases of the HD generation. I mean, it is, but it's also more than that. In a time when so many people waste their breath in arguments over a game's playability versus its appearance, as if those things are mutually exclusive, this port has an even more important role. Perhaps no game this generation better illustrates the futility of the gameplay versus graphics argument better than Call of Duty Modern Warfare REFLEX Edition. It also wins the award for longest and dumbest subtitle ever. Released in late 2009, the arrival of this game was long overdue for Wii owners. Modern Warfare originally released in 2007, an early triumph for HD consoles and one of the industry's most successful modern releases. The war wouldn't come to the Wii until 2 years later, but, you know, better to flank late than not flank at all. Or something. Unfortunately, Modern Warfare didn't suffer any casualties in its move to Nintendo's console. In terms of content, this is an exact port, which is great news for Wii owners. You're getting the same missions, the same modes, the same game, only with very different controls and very different graphics. And again, speaking of controls and graphics, controls versus graphics, this game makes arguing for either side of that pointless debate even more pointless. I know people like to frame their argument in two ways. I play the Wii because gameplay is more important than graphics, or I don't play the Wii because the remote is a gimmick. And in one fell swoop, Modern Warfare REFLEX Edition drops a silliness bomb on both. You guys sound silly. For starters, if you still insist good, polished graphics don't matter after playing this game, you obviously didn't notice all the game-hindering flaws that Modern Warfare REFLEX Edition suffers from, in large part because of its graphical and technical shortcomings. The poor models and textures take a really heavy toll on the visual impact that Modern Warfare made in its original form, but even more importantly, the frame rate drops constantly, and that has a real impact on the accuracy of the Wii Remote's pointer. And oh, that pointer, the single greatest control asset of the Wii. It's what makes games like Metroid Prime 3, Medal of Honor, Heroes 2, and even Call of Duty's own World at War such joys to play on Nintendo's console. The accuracy and speed you get from the Wii Remote is, frankly, second only to the mouse and keyboard and far surpasses dual analog sticks. But the stuttering frame rate has an adverse effect on that cursor, which does negate a lot of what makes these games play well on Wii. What that means is Modern Warfare REFLEX Edition doesn't play as well as those games, but it still plays pretty well. The game features a slew of custom control settings, and you can tweak your bounding box and your camera speed. You can tweak all kinds of stuff. It's easy to find settings that work for you, and if you can get used to them, you'll see just how beneficial pointer control is for a first-person shooter. So much for being a gimmick.
Contact right! Contact right!
I have no doubt that had this port received the same amount of care and polish as its HD counterpart, this would have been one of the Wii's premier third-party games. The content is there, I found online matches in seconds and they worked flawlessly, but Modern Warfare never gets past average on Wii, and that's thanks to some half-baked development. A reflex that third parties really never overcame on Wii. But nonetheless, we have to send huge thanks to our main man Muhammad in Qatar for this copy of what is a pretty decent Wii shooter, although it should have been way better. It's Call of Duty Modern Warfare REFLEX Edition. Oh, okay, that's it. That's the whole subtitle.